Gather round and listen up, for I only tell a fable once. This be the tale of pirates so legendary that those who sail the 12 seas still revere their names. A halfling with a covenant of charm and trickery, a one-armed dwarf with an eye for revenge, and a warrior princess with beastly strength. I swear to tell no fetch tale as your loyal innkeeper of the evening, and together we'll sail through rough waters, meet foes worthy of myth, and cause more mischief than chaos herself. Welcome, me hearties, to their Gilded Voyage. Captains of the depressed guppy, the octopus will see you now. And that's where we left off last week with our pirates just killing, murdering, not quite in cold blood, in a bar fight, the massive bully Pugrod. Currently, the beautiful sea codal, a sea dragon-like creature, no legs but curled up like a coil on the ground with arms extended, holding a platter full of beautifully displayed appetizers, is this butler-looking, almost celestial serpent. Is standing here, opening the thick oak door that leads to the back room of the Noose. As he stands there, he looks out to the map room and sees a very drunk Tawny and a fresh off the kill Kildak. He does not see, however, also in the room, the invisible Wicked. And as the bounty hunter Rick Dodge drags off Pugrod, this beautiful sea serpent creature looks at the two of you and motions to enter the room.
Is there sushi? Like the appetizers, are they sushi?
You see they have a couple rolls of sushi, just 3 or 4. There are bacon wrapped scallops, crab cakes, fried calamari, and lobster claw.
Okay, so it is all seafood.
It is all seafood, yes.
I'm just going to be like,
Sounds
all
good.
right, let's go. And as I walk into the door, just handfuls off the tray and just grabbing.
You can see this creature, although very much like a sea creature, has this beautiful silver platter. You take the food off of his plate, and he goes, "Compliments of the octopus," and then slithers around and begins to make his way into the room. Kildak, are you following me?
Yeah, I'll follow after her, and I'll grab some food here.
Cool.
As well, just some sushi.
Yeah.
Like sushi.
Wikipedia, are you going into this room as well?
Oh yeah, of course. Yes.
Cool. You slide in before the door closes, and are you grabbing any appetizers off this tray?
Can she reach the tray?
She thought about it, but she is not.
Okay. She would have to
She doesn't want to risk getting caught.
Okay. As you walk through this door into the back room, you leave the rambunctious tavern to a similar themed but much classier dining room. Tables line the room draped with cloth and silverware, occupied by finely dressed captains and seafarers. The walls are lined with a rainbow of flags, lit by levitating lanterns and grand chandeliers. The far wall of the room is completely glass, holding back an enormous fish tank, and a massive fire giant octopus sways peacefully, gracefully, but overlooking the room. Sitting under the light and shadows cast by the aquarium is an elven woman with aqua green skin. Her hands and ears are webbed and has clear gills on the side of either side of her neck. She's wearing an expensive yet still piratey coat with a wide hat and a long blue feather. Her left hand is a hook, and you can hear as she stands up that one of her legs is a peg of wood. She, as you approach, Are any of you guys doing anything as you follow the serpent?
Tawny's just
Can I
munching down, just having a good old time.
Can I still reach the tray reasonably?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, I'd like a crab cake this time, actually.
Cool. You snag another crab cake. You see, as you make your way up to this table, this elven woman stands up. She looks the two of you up and down, and then very, very briefly, her eyes dart across the room, not to make eye contact, but in the general direction of you, Wikipedia. Is Wikipedia standing with the others, or is she somewhere else in the room?
Yeah, she's kind of between the other two, just kind of staying close with the group.
Okay.
She really wants to try some of the food, but she doesn't want to give away her presence yet. Mostly because she knows that she's a little tapped for spells at the moment, and so if she needs her visibility, this is the last chance for her to maintain it.
Can Tawny just because she has a handful of them, just like reach one down, like very secretly?
Oh no!
Fast food.
Tawny, make a sleight of hand check.
Oh no!
Make a stealth check.
With disadvantage?
No, just straight.
Okay, I don't think she needed it.
20.
Ooh.
I have a +4 for a total of 6.
Oh no. You see that the only person that makes a reaction to this is the Kodo butler, who, as you do this, just a smile kind of perks onto his face. He doesn't move, he doesn't look around, you just see a smile grows on his face. This elven woman looks you up and down, and as she does, she gives off this air of confidence and wonder. Someone who in their younger years was no stranger to adventure or danger. And as she draws in her breath, it makes you nervous to hear what harsh words she might have, but intrigued by what fantastic stories she may have to tell. She takes a bite finishes the fruit off the end of her knife and stabs her knife into the table, looks to you and goes, ye scurvy rats aren't from these waters, so let me clear up this storm before it roils into a monsoon. She puts both her hook and her hand on the table and kind of leans over. I am the octopus, champion of temptress Umberly. I didn't earn that title by being a deck-swabbing, tail-tucking, barnacle-scraping sea dog. I earned that title by being the most daring corsair to sail the Stonefall Scatter. I be wanted in every port from Murbat to Baldur's Gate. I killed the unkillable Hammerhead King, and I shot Zulker Jukdor with this here flintlock after he took me hand. She just...
Tawny is just like having a good time. She's just like, this chick's awesome. Very drunk. No danger.
Just gonna listen to what she has to say.
Cool. She sits back down into her seat. As she does, her hair flows back, almost as if for a minute it was suspended in water. It kind of floats in the air for a second before gently draping back to her shoulders. Takes a crab cake off of the Kodal's tray, eats it in a single bite, and looks back to the two of you. He goes, "That's enough about this old sea dog. Who's the crew of the Depressed Guppy, and how do they know about me cove?"
We're the crew. Well, we are aboard the Depressed Guppy, and it was on a map in our ship.
How be it on your map? This place be on no maps aside from pirate maps. And the only pirates that have this map are the ones that have been here before.
So, it's a bit of a story. There was a captain of the Depressed Guppy. Captain Gorehand, he was awesome. Then he died. And then there was some scallywag running around as captain named Wallywig, but he's out of the picture now. And so now we have it, Captain Gorehand's map. And I guess he was here before.
You see her eyes narrow. Her eyes narrow, and she leans in, and she looks close to you and go, Gorehand? That boy's name hasn't met me ears since the Goblin Wars. Oh, that young skipper. You said he died though. But she leans in. How'd he go?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, he swung across to the enemy ship, hand-on combat. You know how he was. And
I know how that boy was.
The powder room just went, and so did Gorehand.
It's a shame, but I guess their kind don't live too long. They die pretty young anyway, eh?
Yeah.
Well, and you say that this Captain Gorehand was who hired you onto his ship?
Yeah, he hired me, yeah.
Well, if Fal didn't like the cut of your jib, then you're welcome in my cove. How about this one? And she picks up the knife off the table and points it at Tawny. And she says, do you approve of her? Is she worthy of being in our pirate cove?
Absolutely. She's probably a little more worthy than being here, if I'm being frank. When she's sober.
Many a sailor has been drunk in our tavern, so I will not hold it against ye. She reaches out her not hook hand and offers to shake both of your hands.
Reaches right out, no hesitation.
Which hand is her non-hook hand? I mean,
it's her right hand.
Okay, yeah, okay,
yeah, cool.
Shake. It mattered.
It did matter. That's a good point. I was like, why does it? No, it matters quite a bit. Good call. Yes, she shakes hands with both of you, and she sits back down in her chair. Wikipedia, I'll jump back to you real quick. As they're shaking hands, is there anything Wikipedia's doing aside from watching and waiting? No. It's fine if not. I just didn't want to jump over you.
No, she's just kind of taken in the moment and just kind of in fascination of this woman. And I think she's a little struck by her hair, just kind of watching the fluidity of the movement of it, just kind of defying gravity for a few minutes and then coming back down. She's just kind of a little in a gaze, just kind of locked in.
Yeah, this woman is so interesting. She is both incredibly beautiful, but at the same time so haggard and scarred, and not in an ugly way, but in someone that's clearly seen many years on the sea. Cool. So she shakes both hands of Tawny and Kildak, sits back down, and goes, "Humor me, scallywags of the Sword Coast. What brings ye to sail in our waters?" And she picks up that knife once again and goes, "And regardless of what the Zulkers or Waterdeep may think, you best believe your sea slog slippers that these are our waters."
All for it. So the Captain Wallywig that we had between two good captains dragged us over here. We never really figured out why. But
to clear something up real quick, who is the captain of the Depressed Guppy?
That would be me.
It's officially called We Three. It's me, Kildak, Tawny here, and then we have a third co-captain named Wikipedia.
Interesting. Well, when Wikipedia finds the time to grace me with her presence, then I will be happy to meet her. She says,
I don't know where she is right now. I haven't seen her in a while.
You see,
Wikipedia's too intimidated to pop back in. He's too intimidated by this woman.
Oh, that's a roll.
Tawny is giving you glances you shut up.
Wikipedia, can you make a stealth check with advantage, please? Just as the octopus thinks, I did spot something. Something appeared on.
Am I going
senses.
contested head-to-head with her?
Yep. Yes, you are.
All right, so I rolled a 19.
Is that with your plus and stuff? Cool. Okay. Her eyes dart around the room again, but she doesn't stop on you this time. But she scans the room and she's like,
She
"Maybe?"
knows I'm there somewhere.
Yeah, but she doesn't pick up on you.
I'm too intimidated.
I can't
She's too
believe
pretty.
you haven't revealed yourself. It's a hot woman. Especially
I
Wiki
know,
Wiki,
like,
I'm here. I bet my name is Wikithy.
Cool. I apologize for interrupting your explanation of what brings you to sail in our seas. Is there something that you're of interest in our waters, or you just come for a
Have you heard of a place
visit?
called Tamokor?
Tamokor? Tamokor ain't no more than a fisherman's tale. Are you looking for? You be chasing legends in our waters?
I think legends are just so interesting.
Legends. She leans across the table and goes, legends be quite interesting. In legend it may be, pirates have sailed for stranger plunder and found stranger things in fairy tales across the dark and stormy seas. Sits back and says, if I were ye, I would see Captain Lacrone if he has any advice for fable chasers before you leave me tavern. And she points back across the room at one of the sailors currently having a conversation. He's currently playing a game of cards with another pirate. Well, I wish you the best of luck chasing legends in our waters, but ye beware, there be many dangers that plague our waters, us being one of them, of course. By the wealth amassed through my pillage and plunder of Vorpalgrad, I started the Children of the Reef. We're a coalition of pirate captains that sail the Stonefall scatter. We may have differences, but are connected through our desires to be free from the major powers of the world. Octopus snaps her hand, and out of thin air she pulls a scroll and says, I would like to extend the invitation to join the Children of the Reef to the crew of the Depressed Guppy. It need only be signed by the captains. However, if you are officially to be brought into the fold, I will need all 3 signatures of your captains. And she lets go of the scroll and rolls it out to you, and it unravels and floats in the air towards you. The pirate code at the top, it says the code. Beneath it are the rules of conduct. It says, signing this contract hereby admits you and your crew into the Children of the Reef, and your names will be added to the pirate ledger. As one of us, you are no longer bound by any laws, no longer bound by the laws of any king or queen, lord or lady, councilman or councilwoman, etc. You are hereby responsible for your own actions, answering only to your conscience and to your gods. To maintain membership, you need only to abide by the code. Rule number 1. A captain or captains are the final authority on board a sea vessel in order to maintain the safety and efficiency of their crew. Rule number 2. Every member on board a vessel will have the opportunity for an equal voice in all decisions where a timely vote can be held. If their voices go unheard, or the safety of the crew is in question, a vote may be quantified through force, which you recognize as an eloquent way to put mutiny. 3. Cowardice, snitching, or desertion during battle may be punished by death. 4. There shall be no further rules. Violating any of these tenets will have you stricken from the from the pirate ledger. Unanimous vote from the captains of the reef will also have you stricken from the pirate ledger. Live free or hang. And then a spot for a signature.
So Wikipee's kind of gonna walk behind her desk and kind of like go admire her hair a little up closer and kind of look at her gills, and she kind of really just wants to touch them. And I'm gonna say out loud, and I'll pop back in. So does this make you our boss if we sign this? I also like really like uncomfortably close, like wanting to like just only looking at her neck. No eye contact. Just wants to touch her neck.
Make a straight charisma check for me.
16.
Okay, that's pretty good. You see, the octopus lurches back. One hand goes to her knife. The hook hand wraps down to like where her cutlass is, or where her flintlock is, but it like reaches down, not out of just instinction. You can tell that she's not gonna be able to get this cutlass, the flintlock out with her hook, but you just from years of being on edge, her hand immediately reaches down. The other hand grabs the knife, and she goes, you must be the other captain of the depressed guppy. A trickster we've got here.
How'd you ever get in here?
Hey, Wikipedia, haven't seen you in a while.
Such a
Hi, guys. So how do these work? Do you breathe out of these? Or do you breathe out of your nose? Because you have a nose. How do you breathe?
You're a curious little one. When I'm...
Can I touch them?
Only once.
Oh. With a single finger down her neck.
Yeah, full set of gills. She leans in and like holds her hook and like rests her hook on your face and goes, touch them again and you'll have a hook for hand just like me. And then
Wikipedia just kind of blushes.
He goes, to answer your question, Wikipedia, was it?
Yes.
To answer your question, I am not your boss. You are the captains of your own vessel, and you are in charge of your own destinies. The only ones you, again, as the document says, must...
So what does it say?
The only... How is it worded? She grabs, like, she out of the air pulls a second document and kind of reads through it real quick. And she goes, yes, you answer only to your conscience or your...
Okay, well, that all sounds all well and good, and I agree with that. But why are we signing this in the first place? Is there, like, protection that's offered?
Unionize.
Why am I signing this?
The children of the reef are... it's a good question. The children of the reef are... become part of a family of pirates, if you will. Pirates who, if you see another captain who also flies the colors of the children of the reef.
Oh wait, so another rule that's not on this paper is we have to fly your colors? You didn't mention that before.
No, you don't have to fly. You may fly whatever colors you wish. Okay. But if you find another pirate that also flies the colors of the children of the reef, you will know that they also abide by these tenets, and you know that they are inclined to show each other a little bit of niceties as pirates go, as there may be, in fact, honor amongst thieves.
During this conversation, Tawny is like looking around for the appetizer tray again. Like she's not really like paying attention to these questions. She just wants more of the munchies.
Deal. As Tawny looks around, give me a perception check. You get a -2 because you're still drunk off your rum.
And while Tawny's looking around, Wikipedia is still sitting behind her desk asking these questions. And she's just kind of gonna like hop up onto the desk. And I'm still like facing her. And I'm just, like sitting like right in front of her on her desk. But like mid-conversation, like as I was asking this question, it's very casual, like just kind of hop up and we're still chatting.
Tawny, what did you get for your perception?
An 8.
An 8. Okay. You stagger over to the
butler.
The butler, thank you. You stagger over to the butler. He still has a tray of food. You see it's almost empty, and he waves his hand over it, and it's completely replenished.
I need one of those.
Thank you. Tawny, you notice that on this wall beside you, there is a framed ledger with a ton of pirates' names. With an 8 perception, you don't read any of the names. You are so focused on just getting the food. But you do recognize that this list is there.
Cool.
All right, well, I'm ready to sign. I got no qualms with anything here. I'll sign anything.
Those are good questions, Wikipedia.
Thank you.
They were excellent questions.
We signing?
Cool.
Yeah, we're signing. I was ready to sign before Wikipedia showed up.
Tawny is going to, because Kildak's right beside her, she's going to like pull him back for a second for an aside. And she's just going to whisper, Kildak, what's your last name? I can't sign my last name. I need yours.
I was just gonna sign Kildak.
You're not gonna sign a last name?
No.
Okay. Sounds good. And goes back to the table.
Who is the first to put ink to the page?
So Wikipedia's still sitting on the table. I'm assuming that the document is still kind of facing towards the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I will take who does the butler have the quill? I'll take the quill from the butler, dip it in the ink, and upside down I will in cursive write my name, Wikipedia Weatherby, but it is very swirly and very hard to read as her name, but she upside down will in cursive write on the document. It just looks like swirls.
An upside down Wikipedia Weatherby in swirls goes on the document.
I'll sign. I guess for just signing names. I'll sign Kildak.
You sign Kildak underneath an upside down Wikipedia. And then, Tawny, do you sign as well?
Tawny's going to take the quill from Kildak, and she's going to sign T. Kildak.
T. Kildak.
I want to make a note that it's not legible that you could read Wikipedia.
Just a bunch of loops.
It is upside down and so in cursive and loopy. It's not legible.
You see the butler smiles, bows his head. He takes the scroll and he snaps it in the air. It disappears, and Tawny and Tawny, you notice first, and everyone sees her head turn, and the pirate ledger that's on the wall. 4 words get burned to the bottom. The first says "We 3," and then indented into it is the upside down signature of Wikipedia, followed by Kildak, and then T. Kildak. You see the octopus stabs her steak, takes a bite of it, and goes, "Welcome to the crew." And you guys are officially part of the Children of the Reef. You see the butler slithers over to the 3 of you and says, now that you have signed the now that you have signed the Code of the Reef, you are welcome to give us a design of your flag. We'll have it commissioned by our local flag commissioner down in the docks, and we will hang it up in both this room and the main tavern room with the other flags.
Sounds good.
he moves his hand and like scoops, and in his palm now is a folded turquoise flag, and he hands it to Kildak. You're the only sober one here. He hands it to Kildak. You're sober. That's true. You're visible now. That's true. You can hold it to either one of you.
But Kildak probably is closer.
He's still gonna hand it to Kildak. And he goes, "This is the colors of the octopus and of the children of the reef. You are welcome to fly it at your whim."
Thank you.
Hands you the flag of the octopus. Cool. And so the three of you are free to leave. You don't have to leave if you don't want to, but I'm gonna kind of turn it down up to you guys. What happens next?
I'm heading over to that captain dude. I want to hear about Timokor.
Yeah,
Cool.
Captain the Crone.
Captain Lacrone is sitting here. He's currently playing a game of cards with another well-dressed pirate. Is anyone else going over to Captain? Yeah, Kildak's going to Captain Lacrone. What's you doing?
Wicopy will hop off the door. She'll swivel on the desk to the front side and just kind of hop off, and just kind of show her butt a little bit, and then go follow Kildak.
Okay. You show a little bit of butt as you scamper away from the table and make your way over to Captain Lacrone's table. The lady talking to Captain Lacour says, within conversation within the cards, you overhear her say, "Nah, Captain Emerald wasn't the only one to find Tamokor. My sister and her crew found a treasure map to it, so we killed him and we went there ourselves. Swear on me mum's life, it's no fairy tale. I was there. How would I make me fortune then?"
I'm gonna just like slide into the table and like lean in and be like, "So Tamokor, you say?" But she's looking at the captain that I was told about and not the girl who's saying this stuff.
Got it. Make a charisma check for me.
Thank the Lord. I rolled a 19. However, that means it's a 16. Because I have a -1 and I'm also drunk, so it's a minus.
You're drunk.
2.
Yep. Cool. So a 16 is still pretty good. You come up and Captain Lacrone tips his head to you and says, "Greetings, mademoiselle. This here pirate just decided to tell me that she has been to Tamokor before. I don't believe her, if I'm being quite frank. I've done quite a bit of extensive research on the legend of Tamokor, and I do not believe that you have ever been there, Miss Dimwalk. The only person that we expect to have been to Tamokor is Captain Emerald himself, and even him is quite the myth of a man." And he looks to the three of you. He goes, "Are you studying the legend of Tamokor as well?"
Very interested, beginning learners. What do you know?
"Oh, well, I know quite a bit of Tamokor. I know it is supposedly an island full of treasure. The island itself, the sand are nuggets of gold. The trees are made of silver, and the island is just a pile of riches. Some believe that in order to not to become a dragon's hoard, it was separated from the rest of the plane to be hidden away from the dragons. However, I do not believe that. I believe that it is, if it is real, it is in fact part of the material plane.
Hidden from dragons."
And he looks to the three of you and goes, "Are you all three of you are studying Tamokor? You do not look like scholars to me."
When you say hidden from dragons, is that all dragons, you think? Or just like some dragons?
Well, I am no expert on dragon physiology or psychology, but the dragons that I have heard rumor of laying waste to towns and burning down villages have hordes in the mountainside that the knights must go slay.
Right. And do you know of any secret passageways? Any way to get into the island without being seen?
Oh, well, first off, no one knows where this island exists. Some say that it exists deep in the trackless sea. The sea itself weaves people away from it. I don't know if I believe that per se. He's like, well, there's only 2 people to have ever been rumored. Excuse me, and he points to the pirate across the table. Only 3 people have ever claimed to have found Temokor. The first is Captain Emerald himself, the most fearsome pirate to ever sail the 12 seas. And you would know Captain Emerald is presumably a real person, but is kind of this world's synonym for Davy Jones. To get sent to Davy Jones' locker, you'd be sent to Captain Emerald's fathoms. He is as much legend as he is real. He then says the second person is more of a local rumor. Some people say, there's a local word for it I'm not too familiar with, but the common phrase for her is the Forever Girl. Is supposedly the pirates claim when they're marooned on an island or when they're in port that they have seen a child, a small girl who runs through the woods barefoot, faster than anyone they have seen, a true wild girl, wild human, raised by beast. However, between generations of pirates and generations of people living on these islands, they say the girl never ages. She's the same girl every time, despite having records of her from records of hundreds of years ago. She's still a child and she still runs about the woods. More of a fairy tale, but she is claimed to be of Temokor, the same legends that other people claim. And the third, of course, is my opponent in this game, Miss Dimwalk, who claims that she herself has been to Temokor. Tell me, Miss Dimwalk, have you seen the Forever Girl there? And she goes, I didn't see no girl there, but there sure could have been. I was there, so that's one girl at least. The rest of my crew was there. We all were there. Anyone that was on my crew will tell you that we made it to Temokor.
You know anything else about Temokor? She's speaking to the captain now.
Lacrone rolls his eyes at Dimwalk and says, unfortunately, I have been studying many things about Temokor. He says, I don't know much else. I do know. It seems that every island in the Stonefall Scatter has their own version, their own story of Temokor, which is so strange for such a unique fairy tale to have so many iterations in the same place.
Have you heard of an iteration with, I don't know, just throwing this out there, Red Wizards?
The Red Wizards.
Just come to my mind.
Red Wizards. No, not that I can think of. I'm sorry, I did not catch your names.
Thank you so much. This was amazing. Thank you, kind sir. And Tawny, in her drunkenness, is going to do a real Drook hug to this man, real strong, pat his back, hug him, and go look for some snacks.
He gets hugged. Oh my gods! I did not expect that. Go, Mademoiselle. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye. Okay, and then looks to the two of you. Are the two of you just booking it off with her? Or are you?
I'll hand him, flip him one of our gold pieces from the ship. Get a drink of rum on the depressed guppy for your trouble.
Thank you very much, sir. I did not catch your name. What are the two of you? What are your names?
We're Captain.
I'm gonna go to Tawny and go. get some appetizers
Okay.
and snacks.
So far, every time you ask for somebody's name, just a woman has left the table.
We're the captains of the Depressed Guppy, so yes, if you see us around, we're now joined the Ledger, so.
Oh, congratulations! Welcome to the Children of the Reef. And he holds out his hand to like shake your hand.
Aye.
In a really quick motion, as soon as you go to shake it, he like twists your hand and just kisses it instead. Just like twist it and kisses the back of your hand. And goes, well, it is a pleasure to meet you, captains of the Depressed Guppy. Oh, they're gone. Okay. Well, if you ever need, if you find information about Temokor, I know that the gold was a tightly guarded secret, but as a enthusiast myself, I sail the Double Cross. It is down in the docks. I'll be happy to exchange notes whenever you wish.
Aye. Thank you for your help.
At this point, the sun has set. The dock is lit by lanterns. But it's still, I mean, it's not super late at night. The shops haven't closed for the night. Is there any shops you guys wanted to hit up before making your way back to the ship?
Should probably head over to the Jolly Rodica.
Yeah, we need some flags made, huh?
Yeah. Saying it out loud, Jolly Rodica felt a lot like the word erotica. It made me really uncomfortable for a second.
It really sounded like you said erotica, actually.
I you know, I don't know if that's the intention of this elven lady. Really,
the Jolly Erotica. They sell erotic novels. That's the shop right beside it. Is a Jolly Erotica.
She's a spicy gal.
It's her. It's Erodica's sister, Erotica. Yeah, she sells erotic novels. Lovely. Cool. You guys get to the Jolly Rodica. There is a beautiful elven lady behind the counter, stitching flags. Looks up at you guys and goes, "Oh, ahoy there! What can I do for you today?"
We're looking to have a flag commissioned, if you could.
Oh, of course. How many are you looking for? And she puts down what she's working on and
We
pulls
need
out like
2
paper.
flags.
We need 2.
2 flags, please.
Flags for who? What name should I put down for the order?
Gildak.
Kildak.
Sure, that works too. Kildak.
Kildak We 3. Is that spelled WEETHR?
WE and then the number 3.
We 3. You have a number in your last name. That's very interesting. Okay. She goes, Kildak We 3. Okay, 2 flags, Kildak We 3. The base. What color is the base going to be?
Oh, I don't know.
But Kildak, what's your favorite color?
Purple.
No. Mm-mm.
Oh, no.
Not purple.
That was the worst answer you could have given us.
You see the elf writes purple? No. Okay, what color? Let's try that again.
I mean, we're pirates. Black.
Oh, black. Yeah. Okay.
Black. Okay. Okay, and what embroidery do we want on the black flag?
It has to be like a sad dead fish.
On a noose.
A sad dead fish on a noose. Okay. Anything else you would like?
2 of those, please.
2. Okay, just to recap, 2 orders of a black flag with a sad dead fish on a noose.
Yep.
Easy
Perfect.
enough. I can do that. Are you the 3 that just signed the pirate code with the octopus?
Yes, we are.
Oh,
Is there a discount?
Unfortunately, no discount on personal flags, but you have a free flag to go into the tavern. So I will add 3 orders, and one of those will be free. Wonderful. That's going to be 20 gold total, 10 gold per flag.
Oh, awesome. Here you go.
Lovely. Thank you very much. She takes your gold. I'll get working on these right away. She is a very quick worker. Within the hour, she has both flags whipped up for you. Directly behind the Jolly Rodica, a fat, heavy vessel is leaving port, hastily leaving port. And right on the docks in front of it is Marcus Leatherback, who is grabbing tomatoes from a nearby basket and just hucking them at the ship. And you hear he is just shouting. He's like, "That's right! Get out of our cove! You show your ugly snouts around here again, and we'll slice up your next captain! Oh, boo-hoo! Did somebody stab your big bad Pooh-Grod?" Ha ha ha! Just keeps just hucking tomatoes at the ship. Who comes up to you and says, "I was just, giving the old Orachin a good old depressed guppy send-off before we got sailing. I heard what you guys did up in the noose, and ooh, I wish I could have seen it myself. Also, if you have a second, quick question for the three of you. I had a new name for the heavy load. I know you were thinking about changing it up. You didn't like my previous name about it being struck by lightning. So I was thinking, since the Depressed Guppy is obviously the main ship in our little fleet, and obviously, and the heavy load is the next ship. If we acquire more ships, I want it to be known that the heavy load was the second in command, the first ship on board for the Depressed Guppy. So I was thinking we call her, because we're, again, a seafaring vessel, the Salty Seconds. You get that way, because that way we solidify that we're the second ship.
I'm just gonna take one of the tomatoes out of his arm and just throw it at his face.
That ain't it, Mario.
You pull the tomato immediately away from him, and then point blank, just smash the tomato into his face.
He's already red.
He wipes the tomato off his face and goes, "I didn't think it was that bad, but can you come up with something better, Master Wickeby?"
We are.
Both hands on his hips, leans all the way down to look down at you.
Don't look at me like that.
Don't throw things at me.
We'll come up with better names.
You come up with better names.
I did come up with a better name.
Name it.
Did we come up with a better name for him?
I think we were doing Anxious Carp.
Yeah, we came up with Anxious Carp. Because you're anxious.
He's gonna scratch his beard and go, "Anxious Carp." And you think that's better than Salty Seconds?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more on theme.
Okay.
We're not asking.
Oh yeah, you have no say. Also, we got you a flag. You're welcome.
Oh. At this point, the flags are done. You're able to give him one of the flags. Well, thank you very much. We will fly these colors with pride. And the the Anxious Carp will fly these colors with pride. And I will tell the crew that our ideas were well considered and respectfully turned out. You guys make your way to the ship. As the night goes on, since there's no bunks here, the rest of the crew makes their way back on board the ship. But the previously empty Depressed Guppy, and everyone makes their way back on board. We three, you find yourselves in the cabin, the main cabin of the ship, looking at the map room. Tawny, I know that you kind of have a place to be. What's on Tawny's mind going into the candlelit map room?
We just got some nice information about Tamokor. I got it on the map. We need to head that way. So we only have 6 days travel.
So you have 6 days travel. You are at a place that sells supplies. So if you would like to buy more supplies, you absolutely can.
We just bought 6 days.
Correct.
But we need 9 if we were trying to make it there in one shoot.
In one shot. But we can stop at Red Rat Bay or
the Naval Tavern. Or we could go up to Feller's Ring. Or we could just rob some ships along the trade route and take their food.
Yeah,
let's go steal from some ships. That sounds fun.
We could also buy 3 more days of supplies. That way, if we don't hit ships, or we aren't successful in stealing ships, that we still have enough supplies to make it to Damocor. I'm all stealing from the ships.
If we start going like northwest and we don't find any ships, we can just run up north to White Sands Port and grab some stuff, because they're definitely gonna have something up there. I mean, look at that place. It's a bigger island than Hangsman Cove.
It's true.
Yeah, you guys can reach Red Rat Bay or White Sands Port with how much supplies you have.
Yeah. So we'll try to steal, and if we can't, we can't. But we can.
Plans.
We're beefy.
Sweet.
Do we need a plan C?
No.
Oh, okay. I have a plan C in my head. Just.
No. We don't.
What is I gotta know Kildex plan C.
We go hunting.
As night falls on the first night, everybody goes to bed. Everyone's sleeping. The only people that are awake are the person manning the helm for the evening shift, and a few pirates that are just bustling around doing evening chores. However, a strange wind blows through the portholes of the deck, and Wikipedia, you are woken from a peaceful slumber by a unnaturally cool breeze that seems to be calling you to the top deck.
Right, so she'll wake up and just kind of look around the room. Everyone else is still asleep. She's the only one up. And so I'll follow the breeze and go up to the deck.
Cool. You make your way up to the deck. You see the person manning the helm is dozing off to sleep. The ship is still moving, and it's at its course. Everything seems to be fine on deck. However, within the shadows of the lanterns that light this deck, not in the corners, but rather almost directly in the center of the deck, you see the silhouette of the Duchess. She is standing tall, hands crossed behind her back, and is looking away from you as she is standing in the center of the deck. Compared to where she's normally like kind of in the shadows, she's very much like center stage right now.
Oh, my heart kind of skips a beat for a second when I see her, and I'll take a step closer and kind of kneel down to her and just kind of softly say, "You called for me, my lady?"
Wikipedia, do you know what happens to subjects who are disloyal to the Queen of Air and Darkness?
I'm guessing nothing good.
You see, she reaches in front of her, seems to like grasp empty air, and she turns around. She comes back holding a bird cage. Inside of this bird cage is a tiny, like inch-tall ogre who is like rattling the sides of this cage, pleading to be set free. Reaches one hand out of the cage to you. "Please help me! Help me, please! I've been in here for so long! Help me!" And you get a quick glimpse of kind of what your intrusive thought was the day prior, in a strange reflection of it. And she holds the birdcage out to you, lets it go, and it just sits there hovering in the air. And she then gives it a slight push, and it just floats, like suspended in the air, but floats just off into the darkness of the night sky. This ogre still pleading to be let out, as it just kind of sails off the boat and twirls into the darkness of the sea. And she turns back to you and goes, "So tell me, are you still loyal to our unseelie queen?"
Yes.
Is that so? And she touches the mainmast And as she touches it, the wood just in the spot that she touches looks like it rots and like it bubbles. A couple weird like fungus grow out of it, and she peels like a wet sliver of wood off of it, and snaps, and it becomes more rigid and almost as like a piece of paper. And you see magical inscription begins to be written on it.
Did I do something wrong, my lady?
She goes, "This contract has your signature on it. Upside down, I might add. And this contract states, as one of us, you are no longer bound by the laws of any king or queen. So tell me, Wickeby, Weatherby, were you lying when you signed this?"
My lady, I believe that's not my signature.
You're gonna lie about your signature? Okay, make a...
I clearly said that it was illegible and not my name and upside down. It is illegible.
Make a...
Oh,
Make
no.
Do you want to...
It's not deceitful. It's not my name.
Did Wickeby purposely not sign her name? As okay. Then I make
It is my penmanship, but it is not my name, my lady.
make a persuasion check for me.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
You see, she crumples this paper up in her hand, and like it like sloshes into like a wet like paste as she does, and then flicks it overboard. She leans down to get eye level with you. Her like dark hair flowing in the wind. You can see like the scraps of bark that like caked around her face, and that swirl around her body, like very clearly as she leans in. And she goes, a smile creeps across her face, and she goes, "Excellent. That is very manipulative of you. I love that." And she stands back up. And she goes, "When the queen requested a champion of the unseelie court to purify what's the filth that's lurking in these waters, I knew you were the perfect choice." And she like caresses the side of your face. "I wish you the best of luck finding and disposing the enemy of Her Majesty." And she goes to turn and then stops. And she goes, "And just so you don't forget the power of the unseelie court." She turns back around and make a dexterity check for me.
It's only a 6.
Okay, yeah, she rolled really high.
Wikipedia is shaking a little bit right now. Her nerves are through the roof in this moment.
With very quick reflexes, she snatches your hand, holds it up, and she goes, "The queen thought a gift was in order to help you on your journey." And she squeezes your hand a little bit, and you can feel that little spot of bark in your palm get just a little bit bigger. And she goes, "Safe travels, Black Bee." And then as a little bit of sea mist washes over the side of the boat, she is gone without a trace. And with that, everybody is going to level up to level 6. Wickeby gaining a little more warlock powers, Kildak perfecting his piratey swashbucklerness, and Tawny going deeper into her oath of the Watcher, learning more about the world around her. By noon, of the second day, you see the weather begins to shift. The sky ahead begins to turn dark with thick, dark clouds. The wind almost perfectly calm. A rumble of thunder on the horizon. A storm is rapidly approaching. Soaked in rain, clothes being whipped about by the rain, we find Kildak. Kildak, thunder reverberates within your chest. Lightning strikes above, illuminating the deck of the ship for a split second. It is miserable out here. As the lightning strikes again, I need you to make another perception check with disadvantage. Or a perception check with disadvantage. As it's so difficult to see through the rain and the wind.
Well, the first roll was a natural 1.
Natural 1. You look around, even as the lightning strikes. You can't see anything. You can't even see the anxious carp, which is supposed to be right off to your port side. You can't see anything. Your boat, despite seeing like the waves come up and crash onto the deck of the ship, you feel completely isolated in this massive storm. As the boat rocks and heaves up and drops down, the ship makes its way deeper into the storm. I need you to roll a dexterity check and add the ship's dexterity for me. So roll a d20 and add the ship's dexterity.
Our poor ship.
16.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Look at me sailing.
Look at you sailing.
Told you in practice.
Sailing blind, but I'm sailing.
I'm sailing blind.
Did you expect the guy with one eye to not be sailing blind?
So as the depressed guppy drives into the deeper into the storm, the waves crashing on the ship, you guys getting battered and beaten, another crack of lightning illuminates the area around you. This time, Kildak, you are much closer to the other things in the water than you were previously. To your port stern, out of the corner of your eye, you see the anxious carp. You see Marcus struggling as much as you are at the helm, his red skin, his horns, his tail blowing around in the wind. He is doing his best to keep his ship on course and next to yours. What really grabs your attention is as this lightning flashes, through the sheets of rain, you are about 200 feet, closer to 300 feet away from what looks to be like a small sloop. Not like a tiny ship, but a smaller ship than yours, with big white sails and flying the flag of Waterdeep. It is low in the water, seemingly heavy with treasure and gold. And just as you look past this, wheeling around to meet you is the full broadside of a frigate, cannons coming out of the portholes, and just as the lightning fades, you see 6 flashes of light into the dark, and it's going to get a surprise attack on you. Now, because we're so deep into the storm, everything aside from saving throws are going to be done at disadvantage. Because it's a surprise round, this frigate of the King's Navy is going to get advantage. Canceled out with disadvantage is going to be a straight roll. So they rolled a 18 to hit, which does hit the ship's armor class. And now, damage.
What happened to 2 ships passing in the night? Couldn't we have just let that be? Also, why are there 4 ships in one little spot of the ocean?
It's the Thayan trade route, buddy. This is what happens. Your ship takes 16 points of damage from the broadside as cannons, these cannonballs, rip through. You see parts of the railings are splintered off. Tawny, you are well aware that this ship has been hit by a cannonball. Nothing in your room, but you can hear wood being splintered. You can hear the cannon fire. Wikipedia, you hear a cannonball enter and exit through the where the cots are, that room. You can hear these cannonballs rip through the ship. I'm going to subtract that damage. And as the depressed guppy begins to make its its next maneuver, we will pick up for that next session with our first naval combat for our pirate campaign.
We're in a tough position here, guys.
You're in a bit of a pickle, but the King's Navy, the frigate of the King's Navy, the Royal Glaive got a little bit of a jump on you, but we'll see what our brave buccaneers can do next time.
And here the Gilded Voyage of our daring swashbucklers will have to lie. I hope you enjoyed me tale, and if you did, give a big old like and subscribe for more. For now, let us ponder the plunder our pirates may find, the grog they may gulp, and the scurvy scoundrels they may see in the comment section below. Avast ye until we meet again over another round at the Four Rings Inn.